So what questions do you guys have tonight? So it looks like we lost Cynthia. Do you have any questions over there, Renee?
No, I don't have any questions.
Got it. Okay. Give Cynthia a minute to see if she can get reconnected and see if she's got anything going on tonight.
I'm trying.
Hey, I can hear you now.
All right, great. All right. Yeah, I don't really have anything. My beads are doing great. I added
Good.
on the other deep, but they're just filling it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got an email from a member, and he just got a nuke and was having some questions and some problems, and went over there and found out he was getting a little ahead of himself. He went ahead and put the nuke in, and then put them in two deep boxes with no drawn frames or nothing, and wondered why they were struggling.
I saw that. Yeah.
So, yep. So I think I had to knock him back down. I think one of them, he might have been missing a queen. I don't know whether, I think Jason might have gone by and took a look and seen if they needed a queen or something. I haven't heard anything back. So I was kind of hoping he'd jump on tonight and give me an update, but I'm not seeing anything.
I am. Hi.
There you are.
I've heard different stories about when they're queenless and the queen cell. One is go back in it within a week, and others is wait for 3 weeks.
So what I did with mine, I had a couple that I thought were queenless. I had three of them, and because I wasn't seeing any eggs, I wasn't seeing any brood, I wasn't seeing anything. So what I did is I took some frames from really strong hives, put them in those ones I thought queenless, gave it 3 days, came back and took a look. Two of the three of them had started to draw queen cups. So it's a cup when they first pull it out until it's charged. And as soon as they charge it with a larva or an egg, that's when it becomes a cell. So once I saw those had cups, now I'm going to leave them alone for a month to make sure that the queen has time to hatch, come out, go out on the mating flights, come back and start laying. Because you start disturbing a hive that's got like a virgin queen, they're going to think something's wrong, and the next thing you know, they're going to kill her because it's everything's her fault.
Yeah. Well, one of the nukes that my friend got, they must have killed her, because within a week we went back in and she was gone, and they were already starting to build, like you said. And then they did charge them. We gave it another week, saw that they were fully charged, and left them alone. So I had just heard different stories, so I wanted to make sure.
Yeah. I mean, once you know they're building an actual queen cell, you want to leave them alone for 3 to 4 weeks. So that's why it was the check after 3 days to see if they're actually starting to drop the queen cups, because they're still at that point thinking they're queenless. They're not going to mess with it. And it was kind of interesting looking at my two. One of them, they had just drawn out 2 queen cups. The other one, I lost count at 12 on one side of the frame, and I didn't even count the other side. Were really going to town with queen cells.
Wow. Yeah.
I do have a question.
Okay.
On those sponges, they last what, 2 to 3 months?
Yep, they'll last 60 to 90 days. Just as long as they are still damp, they're most likely still working, and that they haven't chewed them up.
Hello?
Yeah, you froze there for a second. So
Oh,
on those sponges, as long as they're still damp, they're still working. So
All right,
I
great.
usually replace them once they start, once they start drying out or once they've chewed them up more than halfway, then I'll go ahead and replace them.
Okay, because I had them up there on the top and then I put them in between, so.
Yeah. Always, you want to put them in
All
the
right.
middle because you basically want those
I think
nurse
I'm doing
bees.
okay. There isn't any way which I could get somebody to kind of come over on my next inspection next weekend to
Send a
kind of make
request.
sure I'm kind of doing everything okay.
Yeah, go ahead and shoot an email to the club and I'll pass it on to everybody and see if somebody will jump on there for you. That's the easiest way to do it. So, okay.
Okay.
We still in swarm season till the end of June?
Yeah, things are slowing down. I've only gotten one call this week. So, and that one, it happened over Memorial Weekend. And the guy says, yeah, they showed up 2 days ago and I was just waiting. And yeah, I finally decided to call and sent the person out there to go collect them. And in 45 minutes and the time for that guy calling me till the time he arrived, they were gone. So it's like, you could have called earlier and we would have got them. So what happens is right now it'll start tapering off slowly. We'll get less and less swarms. We might get some because of the warm weather that's coming up this weekend. We might get a few, because it went from cold to warm.
I seem to be having a little bit of problem with my video and
Yeah, maybe if you're running on cell, you might just shut your video off, and that way it's not taking so much bandwidth. So, but yeah, so like I was saying, that they'll slowly start slowing down here, and then middle of June, beginning July, we'll get less and less of the actual open swarms, and we'll get more and more cutouts, and that's where it gets kind of time consuming.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not going to catch swarms, but I was just worried about my bees swarming. So that was more my question is, will I be able to kind of ease off the middle of June to not think they're going to swarm?
Yeah, I mean, as long as you make sure they got ample space. Are you running? Have you overwintered, or are these all new?
No,
hives?
I have two that's overwintered. I got 2 packages and 2 nukes. So I have 6 hives. They're all in different stages, of course, because of what they were. And so my winter ones have the 2 deeps, and they already have honey box on them.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. My nukes are doing really well. They have 2 deeps on them. One of my packages has 2 deeps, and the other package is slower. And so I was gonna look at her again Friday and maybe put a deep on her at that point. Yeah. So I got those, even though I got the packages around the same time, around the 20th of April. Of course, the nukes are doing it. It was kind of me doing a test to see how it does versus packages versus nukes, to see how different they are. So,
yeah, packages are always slower because packages are always slower because with your nuke, you've already got a queen in there. She's already laying, so you've already got the brood in the process. Package, you're just dealing with straight bees, so she's got to lay, and then it's got to go through the whole cycle.
Right.
So that always puts you a couple weeks behind. And then when you're adding the boxes, are you giving them, new foundation? They got to draw it out, or are you giving them already drawn comb?
Some of them, but I was feeding.
Hey, Bentley's got something.
You
Bentley's got something he's chewing on over there.
Did you get it?
No, I didn't catch that. You were breaking up pretty severe.
Oh, Sorry about that. I said I had to mainly have them draw. They had like 2 frames that were already drawn because I only had previously I only had the two that had overwintered. So I took and did 2 frames for each of them that were drawn, and then I put in. But I was feeding them while they were drawing comb, and they've pretty much drawn comb all the way through the two
Got it.
boxes. So,
Yeah.
but they're not filling yet all the way. So,
Yeah. They'll slowly build those out. So, but yeah, I mean,
yeah, I have one
I'd keep an
spotted
eye on
queen.
your. Sorry, I was gonna say I'd keep an eye on the ones that you've already, the overwintered. You've already got the supers on. Make sure that you give them keep their plenty of room. Your new ones, they probably won't swarm this year because they've got plenty of room, and it sounds like you're keeping on top of it. So
I did want.
and so are you running on cell service or are you running on Wi-Fi? Because you sound good for a while and then you get all spotty.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Sorry, I was on cell service now. I was driving. So, but yeah, those are the main things that I wanted to ask. So I appreciate you guys doing these.
Not a problem. So if there's anything else, shoot the club an email if we're not doing one of these, or bring it up at the meetings, and we should be good to go.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. Unless you get something else, I think we'll just call it. Yep.